Welcome back to ARC Maine. Right now, a farm on the Mid-Coast is making their name known in the sustainable food market.
Since 2016, they've been selling pasture-raised and grass-fed meat sticks using traditional processes. Joining us this morning from Singing Pastures is Holly and John Arbuckle. Thanks for coming on. Appreciate it.
Thank you so much for having us.
For the first thing, before we get to the meat sticks and also the eggs and everything else, I got it. How did you get the name of this farm?
I was thinking the same
Singing
thing.
Pastures. It's one of our favorite topics. We call it Singing Pastures because we are lucky enough to live in a relatively intact ecosystem. That means that the wildlife is always singing. Our pastures are brimming with wildlife. Bullfrogs, great blue herons, you know, all kinds of animals, coyotes that are always singing. And we really love to hear them.
I love that.
And I would just add to that domestic livestock and wildlife can coexist when you farm the right way. It takes more time, it's more effort, but John is a 9th generation farmer and that's what we've dedicated our lives to.
Awesome. So tell us a little bit about when you bought this farm back in 2018. What was the whole idea that sparked that?
Yeah.
I'll go. So John's a 9th generation farmer, as I said. He is originally from the Midwest and our first farm was in Missouri. But I went to Bowdoin College and I love Maine. And so our kids hit a point where I really wanted to move us back here. So we bought this farm in 2018 and it's an ex-dairy farm. So there weren't a whole lot of people looking to get into dairy right now. So when we bought it, we already had national sales with our meat sticks that I'll talk about in a minute, but we were able to transition and now it's a multi-species livestock farm. That means we've had chickens, cows, sheep, and it's all pasture raised. And we sell meat sticks, salami, and this summer John is bringing back local chicken eggs.
You're the CEO when it comes to the Farms brand, the Kraft Meat Stick brand. Can you tell us how you guys create the meat sticks?
So all meat sticks are made at a USDA facility. We're not doing it in the backyard, first of all, but people need to know that. And these are nationally distributed. So the thing that's really special about our meat sticks is that we use a 16-hour slow cook process. It's fermentation and then slow smoked with real hickory wood. So that's more than twice as long as the leading brands that use high heat, more synthetic processes like liquid smoke. So the difference is our sticks taste a little bit more authentic, meaty, juicy. They're not dry and chewy like a jerky.
Can we talk about the eggs really quick? Obviously, so many people are scrambling to buy eggs right now. Tell us what we're looking at here and why it's so important to buy local.
Yeah. So we really, we really love to see animals on pasture. One of our great joys is watching animals eat green grass. And the amount of green grass that an animal eats is directly related to how nutritious the eggs are in this case. So we like to see our chickens out there grazing like little sheep and laying eggs. And as a result, the eggs are going to be some of the most nutrient-dense eggs that you can buy anywhere.
Right, and you can tell when you look at the yolk, it's always so orange compared to the pale yellow at the store.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And the one thing I'd add to that is that a chicken is not a cow. They don't just eat grass. They like to pick at insects. They might, eat other things like some grass on the soil, but they're also all on non-GMO or organic feed. And our chickens are also supplemented with things like Oxbow Brewing's right next to us. So we get, waste feed and we're able to, waste beer waste that we can feed animals. So we're also we're upcycling things that would be in the waste stream, but are still good for animals. So you get a little bit of, the beer waste in some of the food.
How's the market for cage-free eggs? I mean, the eggs have gotten so expensive, but there's so many people who would pay the extra $1 or $2 to have the cage-free eggs.
Oh yeah, and we are so much more than cage-free. Our chickens are going to be rotationally grazed on green grassy pastures. It's like a summer camp for chickens. So they're selling really well. Like we don't have any trouble selling them. They're going to be able to be found at Rising Tide grocery store in Damascotta, Maine. And they'll also be at Alna General Store in Alna and a few other places in the Mid-Coast area.
Awesome. And we also heard you guys will be raising some livestock during the summertime with your son. Tell us a little bit about that. What kind of animals will you have?
Yeah, so our son Noah is the 10th generation of our family to consecutively farm in America. We're coming up on our 300th consecutive year of farming as a family. We've done that in several different places. It all hasn't been in the exact same place for the whole time. But my son and I will be farming this summer. We're going to be raising cows and chickens, some turkeys, and pigs.
Let's talk about the rebrand through Greenlight Maine.
Yes.
How important that show has been to you guys to rebrand what you're doing.
Yeah, so that's really exciting. Right now, meat sticks are one of the hottest trends in snacking. It is the fastest growing sector in all snack foods, more than granola bars, cookies, chips, anything. Wall Street Journal and Bloomberg both did articles on them in the last couple of months. So about a year ago, we started looking at what else we could do to elevate our brand. So we are introducing our rebrand, so it's not exactly this product. We're going to be introducing it on Greenlight Maine. It's a sneak peek of our new product that is going to be available in August. Here, this is the new logo that we're going to have, but the really exciting thing about that is that we're still going to have the fermented, smoked processes. We still have pasture-raised and grass-fed meats. We're going to be elevating it by adding grass-fed beef bone broth to the recipe. So that is something that a lot of people are looking for. They're going to be high protein, low calorie.
Awesome. And that Greenlight episode airs on Saturday. Really quick, before we finish up, do you guys have a website where people can learn more about you?
Yes, it's singingpastures.com. So singing like what, and pastures like green grass, not the minister. So singingpastures.com to learn more about our farm and our products.
Guess we should ask you guys to sing, huh?
Yeah. You
Probably
want us
not.
to sing.
I love the name of it too, Rome Sticks. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right. Thanks for coming on. And
Thank
just
you.
ahead.